This channel is supported by truefire. Truefire is an online library.
Enough, you can get the truefire all access pass for as cheap as they ever do it, the $99 thing. So just jump and do that if you're looking for the best price you can get truefire all access for.
Okay, in that No Cover Charge podcast that Joe Bonamassa was on with Jared James Nichols and Tyler Larson, there was this little lick that jumped out at me. I thought this would be an interesting one. The Patreon will be the place to get the backing track, as well as the sort of tab and what we're going to talk about in this lesson. I'll put quite a bit of it on screen, but that'll be where you get the full Monty. Anyway, so we're going to start off, I think, relatively simple, but I do think it gives us like another way to consider pentatonics and that sort of thing. If you're kind of worried about being stuck in a pentatonic box and it just sounding like pentatonics all the time and not that interesting, this is kind of a little bit more intervallic. So, in D minor, we're going to be focusing around this area here. Now, obviously, with most pentatonic sort of stuff, the first step is going to be either going up or down. But there's this kind of thing that Joe Bonamassa was showing here, which kind of starts here, slide up to the 12th frets, and he's doing this bar thing, which we might get onto some other ideas for how you might play this if you find this uncomfortable, which you very well might. So we go 12, and then another note on the 12th, so that ends up being a fourth, right? Depending on which way you go, or a fifth. Okay, so we go 12, 12, so D, A, F, C, on the 10th fret, 12, 12, so G, D, then A there on the B string, then F on the G string, then F, C on the 13th fret B string, okay, and then 12th fret G, and then slide up from the 12th, so you get okay, and then just a little cheeky bend, which I think is also a really, really safe thing to do. So sometimes when I'm playing live, or sometimes, you know, in a video, and I'm not that familiar with how a guitar is going to sound, instead of doing a full bend, you kind of get the same sort of vibe with just a half. So instead of going from 15 to 13, 15 to 40, I find that a little bit easier to control. So picking wise, I think he's going so all of the start with a down, and then we get an up, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Now this feels really quite strange to me. I think he's borrowing like that. But I think for me, I might bar, but by the time I get to that G and D string, I'm thinking ring, middle. Another thing to think about is maybe flipping the picking, so you start with a downstroke, which for me is more comfortable. And that was up. Now, the next kind of logical thing to that was, I think, to kind of figure out like a slightly like more formulaic what is going on here. So what we're doing really is just taking each side of the pentatonics and then kind of just playing them together. So you could go like up, not playing those notes. Or you could go down like he was. Or you could mix it up, so you could go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Down, up. That's a super modern sound. So you could like sort of take part of it. That's my favourite. Down, up. And I kind of play that legato. So I would take that around the whole kind of pentatonic scale. So if you're, looking for something larger to practice in this area beyond just take the overall concept through like each of the pentatonic boxes. So I'll just do that for you here and then tab that out. So we go down. Then we move up to our major pentatonic, so F major. Move again. That one's quite difficult. This one. This one. Okay, and then start to kind of consider the opposite, so which would be up. And then maybe up on the way down. Ooh, that's quite nice. Try and remember that instead of then that open and then mix up like the directions. There's I'm moving that E string in again. I need to do a video on that. That's a really cool sound. But yeah, really, really, really interesting sounds within the pentatonic scale. So stuff you probably already know. Really modern intervallic sound, which is kind of not that difficult to noodle your head around. You're just taking one side of the pentatonic at a time. Mix that into your lines to get a really, really cool sound. You could also consider whether you want to hybrid pick that. And I think that makes it even easier. That seems to me like the sort of thing that Andy Wood might do for it. And then, take all of the other pentatonic shapes and mix those in. But also, if you are like me and make mistakes, you might find that some open string stuff works its way in there and also inspires you some other kind of cool. I'm definitely going to try and remember that. Yeah, that's nice. I've got to remember that. Well, cheers for stopping by. I'm going to put that as well in the tab. Jump to the G there. Cheers for stopping by. That was fun. Hope it was for you too. Sorry.